3-3, the graph of ax plus by is equal to c. The big idea is if a linear combination of two variables, x and y, is a constant, then the graph of all the points, x comma y, is a line. So we're going to show you how to graph these. The equation 2.5x plus 2y equals 30 is of the form ax plus by is equal to c, with a being 2.5, b equaling 2, and c equaling 30. When a and b are not both 0, the graph of ax plus by equals c is always a line. Standard form of the equation. This is just stated what was up above. The graph of ax plus by is equal to c, where a and b are not both 0, is a line. Okay? Graphing a line using intercepts. Because the form ax plus by equals c can be described by any line, it is called standard form of an equation for a line. Although, if b cannot be 0, you could rewrite such an equation in slope-intercept form in order to make a graph. It is often much quicker to graph such equations by hand using x and y intercepts. If a, b, and c are all non-zero, the line with the equation ax plus by is equal to c has distinct x and y intercepts. So, the intercepts can be used to graph the line. This should be a review from Algebra 1. To find your x-intercept, you let y equal 0. So you pretend this is not here. So then ax is equal to c. So your x-intercept is c divided by a. Okay? To find your y-intercept, you let x equal 0. So you pretend this ain't here. So by is equal to c. So to find your y-intercept, it is c over b. Simple? Let's try it out. Example 1 says, graph the equation in negative 5x plus 2y is equal to 10 using x and y intercepts. Well, I just told you that the x-intercept equals c divided by a. Well, what's my c? My c is 10. Here's my a, here's my b, here's my c. A is always in front of the x, b is always in front of the y, c is always the constant that it's equal to. So 10 divided by a, which is a negative 5, equals a negative 2. So my x-intercept is found at a negative 2. Well, here's my x-axis right here. And so my x-intercept is at a negative 2. So I go over 2 units to the left, make a point. For my y-intercept, I just told you was c over b. C is 10, b is 2. My y-intercept is 5. So for my y-intercept, I go to my y-axis, which is up and down vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make a point. Now I have 2 points. I can make a line, and I draw them. And that's how you graph an equation with your x and y intercepts. Moving along, example 2. Okay. Graph x plus 0y is equal to 3. Well, if I have 0 times anything, that's just 0, correct? So that's like saying x equals 3. Well, if I have a linear equation of x equals 3, what that means is I have a vertical line at 3. So I go 1, 2, 3, and draw my vertical line. Remember, x equals is a vertical line, y equals is a horizontal. Okay? Example 3. Find which equations below, if any, represent the same line. Well, if they both share the same x and y intercepts, they're definitely the same line, correct? So we could go through here and find all the x and y intercepts for 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So my x-intercept for the first one equals c divided by a, right? C divided by a, which equals 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Okay. My y-intercept is c divided by b, which is 12 divided by 1.5 is my b, which equals 8. Okay, now we're just seeing if these match up with any other ones. So if you go to 2, and I'm not going to write c divided by a anymore, I think we get the picture on that. My x-intercept is c divided by a, which is 24 divided by 8, which gives me 3. My y-intercept is c divided by b, which is 24 divided by 3, which is 8. Okay? Which is telling me right now 1 and 2 are the same. Okay? Let's check the other ones. My x-intercept here is 12 divided by 8, which we should all know reduces down to 3/2. My y-intercept equals 12 divided by 3, which gives me 4. For 4, my x-intercept equals 12 divided by 16, which we all know is 3/4. My y-intercept, is equal to 12 divided by 6, which equals 2. So the only two things that are the same line are these two. Now another way you could have noticed it is if you look at 1 and you look at 2, what times 4 gives me 8? Well, 2 does. 1.5 times 2 gives me 3, and 12 times 2 gives me 24. So if you can multiply one of these equations by a multiple of something, they're the same thing. So like if you wanted to compare 1 and 3, 4 times 2 gives me 8. 1.5 times 2 gives me 3, so it works for both those, but 12 times 2 gives me 24, so that doesn't work because it's 12 and 12. Okay? Same thing here with 1 and 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 1.5 times 4 is 6, but I still got the 12 and 12. Okay? This would have to be 48 in this case. This one would have to be 24. Okay? To make them similar. That's all I have for you today. Please enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow.